You ever feel like you're doing everything right when it comes to eating healthy? You've got the veggies in your meals, you're cutting back on the junk, and you're making all these smart choices. But somehow, you still feel off. Maybe your energy isn't where it should be, or your digestion feels a little sluggish, or you're just not seeing the results you've been hoping for. Even though you're putting in the work, it's frustrating, right? You think you covered all the bases, but then there's this nagging feeling that maybe, just maybe, something's missing. Now, what if I told you that there's a whole world of foods out there, foods that you're probably not eating, that could turn things around? Foods that have been scientifically proven to boost energy, improve your metabolism, and even fight off diseases, all while being delicious and easy to include in your daily meals. Sounds pretty great, doesn't it? But here's the kicker. Many people don't know about these foods, or they simply overlook them because they don't fit into the typical diet narrative we're so used to hearing. You've probably heard of superfoods before, but there's a good chance that even though you're eating healthy, your diet is missing some of the most powerful ones out there. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to take you through 10 superfoods that could change the game for you. These aren't the usual suspects like kale or quinoa. I'm talking about foods that are packed with nutrients, the kind of foods that might not be on your radar, but should be. If you've been wondering why you're not feeling as great as you thought you should, well, these superfoods could be the missing link. And trust me, once you add them into your routine, you might just wonder why you didn't start sooner. But here's the thing. You're not alone in missing these foods. A lot of people think they're eating healthy, but they don't realize there are certain foods out there that are more than just good for you. They're literally powerhouses. And I get it. It can be overwhelming with all the conflicting information about diets, nutrition, and health trends. One minute it's all about cutting carbs, and the next it's about intermittent fasting or going keto. The noise never stops. So it's easy to overlook these superfoods when you're busy trying to figure out the next big thing in nutrition. But what if, instead of getting lost in the noise, we focused on foods that have been tried and tested over centuries for their incredible benefits? Foods that are rich in nutrients your body craves and that can support everything from your immune system to your energy levels. Imagine what it would feel like to incorporate just a few simple foods into your day that actually make a difference. Foods that support your health, fuel your body the right way, and give you that extra boost you've been looking for. No gimmicks, no fad diets, just real food that works. Let's take a moment to reflect. You might already be familiar with some of these superfoods, but there's a good chance that there are others you haven't yet tried or aren't eating as often as you should. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. What these foods are, why they're so powerful, and how you can easily incorporate them into your diet. We'll also talk about the reasons why they're so often left out of our everyday meals, even though they should be in the spotlight. It's time to set the record straight and get you on the path to a healthier, more energized you. So, if you're ready to discover the superfoods that can make all the difference, stick with me. I promise this won't be one of those boring, dry health talks. This is about real, practical advice that you can start using today. You don't have to overhaul your whole diet to see change. In fact, sometimes just a few simple tweaks can have a huge impact. And by the end of this episode, you'll have the tools and knowledge to make sure your diet isn't missing the superfoods that could truly elevate your health. Are you ready to find out what these 10 superfoods are and why they should be on your plate? Let's dive in, and I guarantee you'll look at your diet in a whole new way by the time we're done. All right, now that we've set the stage, let's dive into these superfoods that might just be the game changers you've been looking for. Now, I know we've all been there, grabbing that kale salad or throwing some quinoa into our bowl because, let's face it, we've been told they're super healthy. But here's the thing. While those foods are great, they're just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole other category of foods out there, hiding in plain sight, that offer benefits most of us don't even realize. And today, I'm going to introduce you to 3 of those superfoods. These are the ones that have been flying under the radar, and trust me, once you start adding them to your routine, you'll notice a difference. Let's kick things off with spirulina. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Blue-green algae, right? Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? But hear me out, because spirulina might be one of the most underrated superfoods out there. It's not just some trendy ingredient to throw into your smoothie for extra health points. It's genuinely a powerhouse. Spirulina is packed with protein. Yep, you heard me right, a complete protein. For those of us trying to get in those essential amino acids, spirulina is a fantastic option. It's got all the essential amino acids your body needs, making it a great plant-based protein for anyone trying to cut down on animal products, or just looking for variety. But it doesn't stop there. Spirulina is loaded with vitamins and minerals like iron, magnesium, and B vitamins. Now, if you're like me, you've probably had those days where you feel sluggish and just a little bit off. Maybe your energy's not what it should be, or your body's just not performing at its peak. That's where spirulina can step in. It's got these incredible antioxidants that help fight inflammation, boost your immune system, and keep you feeling sharp. Imagine you're running on a low battery, and spirulina is that quick charge that gets you back in the game. One of the things I love about spirulina is how versatile it is. You don't have to go out of your way to make it work for you. Toss a teaspoon of spirulina powder into your smoothie, and it's like you've just turned your drink into a supercharged, nutrient-dense power shake. And if you're not a fan of the powder, you can find it in tablet form too. I promise it's not as intimidating as it sounds. And here's a fun fact. Spirulina has been used for centuries by different cultures, from ancient Aztecs to modern-day athletes, because it's such an efficient and powerful food source. So, the next time you're making your smoothie or your green juice, throw some spirulina in there. It's like adding a secret weapon to your health routine. Now, let's talk about chia seeds. You've probably seen them at the store, right? They're tiny little seeds, and maybe you've thought, what's the big deal? Why are these tiny things suddenly so important? Well, these tiny seeds punch way above their weight in terms of nutritional value. Chia seeds are loaded with fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants. But what makes them so special is how they work in your body. When you eat them, they expand in your stomach, soaking up liquid and creating a gel-like consistency. This makes them great for digestion and helps you feel fuller for longer. So if you've been trying to control your appetite or cut back on those afternoon snack cravings, chia seeds might just become your best friend. But it's not just about keeping you full. Chia seeds are a powerhouse when it comes to heart health. Those omega-3s I mentioned earlier, they're the same ones you'd find in fatty fish, and they're known for reducing inflammation and supporting healthy cholesterol levels. So, by adding chia seeds to your diet, you're giving your body the building blocks it needs to keep your heart running smoothly. It's an easy win for your health. The beauty of chia seeds is that you don't have to reinvent your meals to get the benefits. They're incredibly easy to add to pretty much anything. Sprinkle them on top of your oatmeal in the morning, add them to your smoothie, or make chia pudding by mixing the seeds with almond milk and letting them sit overnight. In the morning, you've got a quick, healthy, and satisfying breakfast waiting for you. Plus, you can get creative by adding toppings like fruit, nuts, or a drizzle of honey. It's like a blank canvas that you can turn into a superfood masterpiece. Alright, let's move on to our third superfood, matcha. Now, you've probably heard about matcha in the form of lattes at your local coffee shop. But let me tell you, this green powder is so much more than just a trendy drink. Matcha is made from powdered green tea leaves, and unlike regular green tea where you steep the leaves and then discard them, with matcha, you consume the entire leaf in powdered form. This means you're getting all the antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals packed into that small amount. And when I say packed, I mean packed. Matcha is full of compounds that fight free radicals and help your body maintain balance. One of the biggest benefits of matcha is its ability to give you sustained energy without the crash. Now, I don't know about you, but I've had my fair share of coffee-fueled afternoons where I get this burst of energy, and then, an hour or two later, I'm ready to crash. Matcha, on the other hand, offers a more balanced boost thanks to a compound called L-theanine. This amino acid works in synergy with caffeine to provide a calm, focused energy. No jitters, no crash. Just pure, steady fuel for your brain and body. It's why matcha is so popular among people who need to stay sharp throughout the day, whether that's for work, studying, or even just getting through your to-do list without feeling wiped out. Now, I get it. The idea of drinking a green tea powder might sound a bit intimidating, especially if you're used to your regular coffee routine. But trust me, once you get the hang of it, matcha is incredibly easy to incorporate into your day. You can whisk it into a hot latte, or mix it into your smoothie. And here's the best part. You're getting all the benefits of green tea, but without the need to drink 10 cups. Just one serving of matcha gives you the antioxidants, fiber, and minerals you need, all while boosting your energy and giving you a moment of zen. So there you have it, 3 superfoods that you might not be eating enough of. Spirulina, chia seeds, and matcha, may seem like small additions to your diet, but they pack a punch when it comes to your overall health. They're easy to incorporate into your meals and snacks, and they provide benefits that go way beyond the basics. They're not just about filling you up, but about providing your body with the nutrients it needs to feel better, move better, and think better. If you haven't tried these yet, I encourage you to give them a shot. You might be surprised at the difference they make. And remember, these aren't just some random health trends. These superfoods have been used for centuries by different cultures for their healing properties. So, it's time to stop missing out on the foods that can truly support your health. The next time you're preparing a meal or grabbing a snack, think about adding spirulina, chia seeds, or matcha. They're simple, accessible, and effective, and they might just be the secret ingredient you've been searching for. Alright, let's dive into part 3 of our superfood journey. By now, you've heard about some of the more well-known superfoods like spirulina, chia seeds, and matcha, foods that are packed with nutrients and incredibly easy to add to your diet. But now, let's explore 3 lesser-known superfoods that have big benefits, ones that aren't necessarily trending at your local health food store, but absolutely should be. Let's start with moringa. I'm betting a lot of you haven't heard of it, or maybe you've just seen it in passing on a shelf somewhere. But let me tell you, it's one of the most nutrient-dense plants you can put into your body. Moringa is often called the miracle tree, and there's a reason for that. It's not just a catchy name. Moringa leaves are packed with vitamins and minerals, and its benefits go way beyond just the usual vitamin C or iron. We're talking about a plant that's loaded with over 90 different nutrients, including antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E, and key minerals like calcium and magnesium. This is a true superfood in every sense of the word. Now, you might be wondering why we don't hear more about moringa when it's this incredible. Well, to be honest, it's likely because it's not as mainstream as things like kale or spinach, even though it's been used in traditional medicine for centuries in places like India, Africa, and Southeast Asia. In those areas, people have long known the healing powers of moringa. In fact, it's often used to treat everything from malnutrition to inflammation to diabetes. So, how can moringa benefit you? For starters, it's a fantastic anti-inflammatory agent. Chronic inflammation is a huge issue in our modern world. It's linked to everything from arthritis to heart disease to even certain cancers. If you're someone who's struggling with inflammation, whether it's from a condition like arthritis or just general discomfort and swelling, moringa can help. Its powerful antioxidants work to fight off those free radicals that contribute to inflammation in the body, helping to reduce swelling and pain. It's like giving your body an extra layer of defense without needing a prescription. But it doesn't stop there. Moringa also works wonders for digestion. If you've ever struggled with bloating, constipation, or any kind of digestive issue, moringa might just be the answer. It's full of fiber, which helps regulate digestion and keep things moving in the right direction. But here's the cool part. It also has antimicrobial properties, meaning it helps fight off the bad bacteria in your gut that can lead to digestive problems. It's like a gentle cleanse for your digestive system, without being too harsh or intense. And the beauty of moringa is that it's easy to use. You can find moringa powder at most health food stores, and it's super simple to incorporate into your daily routine. I like to add a teaspoon of moringa powder to my smoothies. You can also sprinkle it on your salads or mix it into soups and stews. It doesn't have a strong flavor, so it blends in easily with whatever you're eating. It's a simple way to give your body a big boost, and you're not sacrificing flavor for nutrition. Next up is turmeric. Now, if you've ever had a curry, you're probably familiar with turmeric. It's the golden yellow spice that gives curries that rich, vibrant color. But what you might not know is that turmeric is so much more than just a cooking ingredient. It's actually one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods you can eat. The active compound in turmeric, called curcumin, is known for its ability to fight inflammation at a cellular level. And if you've been dealing with chronic inflammation, whether that's joint pain, headaches, or even just general discomfort, turmeric is like your natural remedy. What's fascinating about turmeric is that it works on a deep level in the body. Inflammation is a silent enemy that can contribute to a whole host of issues, from digestive problems to heart disease to autoimmune conditions. By incorporating turmeric into your diet, you're giving your body the tools it needs to fight that inflammation. And at the same time, you're boosting your immune system. Curcumin also has antioxidant properties, so it's helping to protect your cells from damage caused by those pesky free radicals. It's like a double defense mechanism working for you. But here's the catch. Curcumin, while powerful, is hard for your body to absorb on its own. That's why it's usually recommended to take turmeric with black pepper. The piperine in black pepper enhances the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. So don't skip that sprinkle of pepper if you're making a turmeric latte or a curry. It's the little things that make all the difference. The best part about turmeric is that it's incredibly easy to add to your diet. If you love curries, you're already ahead of the game. But even if you're not a curry fan, there are plenty of other ways to work turmeric into your meals. I like to make a warm turmeric milk before bed. Just heat up some milk, or a non-dairy alternative, and stir in a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a drizzle of honey. It's soothing, it's warming, and it's incredibly good for your body. If that's not your thing, you can toss turmeric into soups, sprinkle it on roasted vegetables, or even add it to your smoothie. It's so versatile, and the benefits are definitely worth the effort. Now, let's talk about goji berries. You may have seen these little red berries in health stores, often dried or in juice form, and you may have thought, are these really as good as they say? Well, let me tell you, they absolutely are. Goji berries are packed with antioxidants, especially vitamin C, and they're also a great source of fiber. But what really sets them apart is their ability to support your immune system and protect your skin. If you're someone who's always looking for ways to boost your immunity, goji berries can help. They've been used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries to help strengthen the immune system and fight off illness. And it's not just about preventing colds. Goji berries contain compounds that support the production of white blood cells, which are crucial for fighting infections. So, whether you're trying to stay healthy during cold and flu season, or just want to give your immune system an extra layer of protection, goji berries can be a powerful ally. But that's not all. Goji berries also have skin-loving properties. The antioxidants in these berries help protect your skin from oxidative stress, which is what causes aging and wrinkles. In fact, goji berries are often found in skincare products for their ability to fight the signs of aging. If you're looking for a natural way to keep your skin looking vibrant and youthful, goji berries are a great addition to your diet. And the best part is, goji berries are so easy to incorporate into your daily meals. I love to throw a handful of dried goji berries into my morning oatmeal, or I'll sprinkle them on top of a salad for a sweet, tangy kick. You can also add them to smoothies or even eat them as a snack throughout the day. They're simple, nutritious, and delicious, and they bring a little burst of sweetness without being overly sugary. So there you have it, moringa, turmeric, and goji berries. 3 superfoods that you might not be eating yet, but that you absolutely should be. These are foods that bring a world of benefits, from fighting inflammation and supporting digestion to boosting immunity and protecting your skin. And the best part? They're easy to add to your diet and won't break the bank. Whether you're blending them into your smoothies, sprinkling them over your meals, or mixing them into a warm drink, these superfoods are an effortless way to give your health a real boost. I know it's easy to get caught up in the latest health trends and overcomplicate things, but sometimes the most powerful foods are the ones that have been around for centuries, and it's never too late to start adding them into your routine. The next time you're at the grocery store or health food store, keep an eye out for moringa, turmeric, and goji berries. They might just be the missing pieces to your wellness puzzle. Now that we've covered a few of the lesser known but incredibly powerful superfoods, it's time to dive into the final 4 that could complete your health and wellness journey. These foods may not be as flashy or as talked about as the more trendy options, but they pack a punch that could take your diet and your overall health to the next level. These are the kind of foods that, when you start adding them to your meals, will not only make a difference in how you feel, but in the long term, will have you wondering why you didn't know about them sooner. Let's start with something that's both delicious and functional: cacao. Now, I know, when you hear cacao, you might think of chocolate. And yes, cacao is the base of all chocolate. But let's not confuse the two. What I'm talking about here is raw cacao, the pure form of chocolate that is loaded with antioxidants, iron, magnesium, and a host of other essential nutrients. It's one of those superfoods that people often overlook because they associate it with indulgence. But when you dive deeper, you realize it's far more than just a sweet treat. Cacao is rich in flavonoids, which are powerful antioxidants that help fight oxidative stress and protect your cells from damage. It has a direct impact on improving heart health by helping to lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and increase blood flow. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Cacao also has compounds that can help improve mood and reduce stress. It's often considered a mood enhancer because it contains a small amount of caffeine, as well as theobromine, which is a stimulant that can give you that little mental lift without making you jittery, like coffee sometimes can. It's why many people feel so good when they have a piece of dark chocolate. It's not just the sugar, it's the magic of the cacao working to release those feel-good endorphins. But how do you get all the benefits of cacao without going overboard on sugar? The trick is to use raw, unsweetened cacao powder. You can add it to smoothies, oatmeal, or even baked goods as a way to get a rich chocolate flavor without the added sugar and processed ingredients you find in most chocolate bars. You can even make your own healthy hot chocolate by mixing cacao powder with almond milk, a bit of honey, and a dash of cinnamon. Not only does it taste amazing, but you're fueling your body with antioxidants, magnesium, and all the other nutrients cacao has to offer. Let's shift gears a little and talk about something that might seem a little more unusual to some. But that is actually one of the most nourishing superfoods available: bee pollen. Yes, bee pollen. It might sound like something straight out of a natural remedy book, but trust me, this little power-packed food has been used for centuries in various cultures to boost energy, improve digestion, and support the immune system. Bee pollen is made by bees as they collect nectar from flowers, and it's one of the most nutrient-dense substances on the planet. It contains a bit of everything: proteins, vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, and even antioxidants. It's like nature's multivitamin, all in one small granule. Bee pollen is particularly famous for its ability to boost the immune system. It's known to help fight off infections and support the body's natural defenses, making it an excellent addition to your diet, especially during cold and flu season. But that's not all. Bee pollen can also help improve digestion by promoting the growth of healthy gut bacteria and aiding in the absorption of nutrients. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Bee pollen? Isn't that for people who are super into all natural remedies? But here's the thing. Bee pollen is incredibly easy to incorporate into your daily routine, and the health benefits are too significant to ignore. You can add it to smoothies, sprinkle it over yogurt or oatmeal, or even toss it into a salad for a little crunch. It's such a small change that can have a big impact on your overall health. Plus, it's a perfect addition for anyone who's looking to boost their energy naturally without reaching for that afternoon cup of coffee. Now, let's move on to a more familiar, yet still underappreciated superfood: sweet potatoes. You might be thinking, sweet potatoes? Really? And hear me out. Sweet potatoes are one of those foods that most people eat occasionally, but they don't necessarily recognize just how powerful they are in terms of nutritional benefits. These orange-fleshed beauties are packed with vitamins, especially vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene, which is essential for eye health, skin health, and boosting your immune system. But beyond that, sweet potatoes are a great source of fiber, which helps keep your digestive system running smoothly and keeps you feeling full for longer. They're also a complex carbohydrate, which means they provide a steady source of energy rather than causing that sugar crash you often get from eating simple carbs. And the best part? Sweet potatoes are incredibly versatile. You can bake them, mash them, roast them, or even make fries out of them. And they're just as delicious no matter how you prepare them. I personally love roasting them with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper for a simple savory side dish. Or I'll toss them into a salad for some extra nutrients and flavor. But sweet potatoes aren't just for savory dishes. You can also use them in sweeter recipes. For instance, I love making sweet potato pancakes, or you can turn them into a comforting casserole with a bit of cinnamon, nutmeg, and a sprinkle of maple syrup. The possibilities are endless, and you're not just adding flavor to your meals. You're adding a ton of vitamins, minerals, and fiber that your body craves. Let's wrap things up with one more superfood that is truly a hidden gem: maca root. Now, I know maca might sound a little exotic to some, but it's been used in traditional medicine for centuries in Peru and other parts of South America, and for good reason. Maca root is known for its ability to improve energy levels, boost stamina, and even balance hormones. It's an adaptogen, which means it helps your body better respond to stress and adapt to changes, both physically and mentally. What's fascinating about maca is that it helps to regulate the endocrine system, which is responsible for producing hormones. So if you've ever experienced hormonal imbalances, whether it's from stress, diet, or just the natural changes that come with age, maca can help restore balance and improve your overall well-being. It's particularly known for its ability to support the health of the adrenal glands, which are responsible for managing stress in your body. If you're someone who's constantly feeling fatigued or under pressure, maca could be just what you need to help improve your energy and resilience. You can find maca powder at most health food stores, and it's incredibly easy to add to your routine. I love adding it to my morning smoothie or mixing it into oatmeal for a little extra boost. The flavor is a bit earthy, but it blends well with other ingredients, and it's a small price to pay for the many benefits it offers. Plus, maca is an excellent option for anyone looking for a natural, caffeine-free energy boost. Whether you're an athlete looking to improve performance, someone trying to manage stress, or just someone looking for a little extra vitality, maca is a great addition to your diet. So there you have it: cacao, bee pollen, sweet potatoes, and maca root. These are 4 superfoods that can truly complete your diet and give you the nutrients and energy you need to thrive. They're not only packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, but they're also easy to incorporate into your daily meals. You don't have to make drastic changes or follow complicated diets. Just adding these superfoods into your routine can make a world of difference in how you feel and how your body performs. The next time you're at the grocery store or thinking about your meals for the week, keep these superfoods in mind. They may not be the first thing you reach for, but once you start incorporating them into your diet, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. It's time to give your body the fuel it deserves, and these foods are the perfect way to do just that. Alright, here we are at the end of this superfood journey. I know we've covered a lot today. Way more than just a list of foods, right? It's about something bigger, how we can nourish our bodies in a way that truly supports us, empowers us, and enhances every aspect of our lives. And I hope by now you're starting to think, wow, I really could be feeling better, stronger, more energetic if I just make a few tweaks to my daily routine. And guess what? It's not as complicated as it might sound. I mean, let's be real for a moment. We all get caught up in the hustle of life. We're juggling work, family, social obligations, and let's not forget about our own personal health goals, right? But here's the thing. Most of us are living with this underlying assumption that it takes huge changes to make a difference, that we need to completely overhaul our diets or spend hours in the gym to see results. But what if I told you that all it takes is just adding a few simple, nutrient-dense superfoods to your meals each day, and you could see a noticeable difference in how you feel? You might already be thinking about how hard it is to stay consistent with healthy eating, how easy it is to reach for that comfort food or skip meals altogether because you're too busy. But here's where the magic happens. These superfoods we've been talking about aren't just foods to throw into the mix and hope for the best. They're tools, each one carefully chosen for the specific benefits it brings to your body. They're the kind of foods that work in the background to improve your health, support your immune system, give you better energy, and yes, even support your mental clarity. It's not about changing everything at once. It's about small, sustainable improvements that stack up over time. Think about how simple it is to start incorporating moringa or cacao into your daily life. Or maybe it's adding a handful of goji berries into your yogurt or tossing some maca powder into your smoothie. The truth is, it's all about finding those small shifts that are manageable for you. And as you start seeing and feeling those changes, it becomes easier to make more of them. This is how we build lasting habits that truly benefit our health, rather than trying to force ourselves into something unsustainable. And let's not overlook the fact that this process doesn't have to be a lonely one. When you start prioritizing these superfoods, you're making a conscious decision to care for yourself, to choose the things that are going to fuel you in a way that's going to make you feel good, inside and out. So I invite you to think about your daily routine. What could you add? What could you swap out? I mean, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture or an expensive health supplement. It's about making practical choices that support you and your body's needs. Maybe you already have some of these foods in your kitchen, tucked away somewhere, waiting to be used. Or maybe you're listening to this and thinking, I had no idea these foods existed, but now I'm curious. That's the beauty of it. There's no wrong time to start making these choices. I encourage you to be kind to yourself as you incorporate them, to give yourself the grace to make small improvements instead of expecting perfection. Remember, this is all about creating a routine that fits into your life, not a trend that burns out quickly. But here's the thing, you don't have to do this alone. If you feel motivated right now, ready to take on this journey and make your diet more powerful with these superfoods, I'm with you every step of the way. Keep experimenting with new ingredients, try different recipes, and remember that this is a journey, not a destination. It's about feeling better today and each day moving forward. And you know what? Once you start adding these nutrient-packed foods into your routine, I guarantee you'll notice changes. You might not feel it overnight, but over time, you'll notice your energy levels rise, your skin clear up, your mood stabilize, and your digestion improve. These small changes add up, and before you know it, you'll be walking into the grocery store, picking out those superfoods with ease and confidence, knowing exactly how they'll help you feel your best. But hey, don't just take my word for it. You've got to give it a shot. This is your body, your health, and your life. And if you don't start prioritizing it now, then when? It's so easy to put things off and get caught up in the busy cycle of life, but trust me, when you start making small changes, they'll eventually become habits that stick. And once those habits are in place, it's like a snowball effect. You'll feel better, look better, and perform better in all areas of your life. So here's your call to action. Start small, but start now. Choose 1 or 2 superfoods from today's episode to try this week. Whether it's adding a spoonful of maca root into your morning smoothie, tossing some goji berries into your oatmeal, or experimenting with the richness of raw cacao in your recipes. Just take that first step, and I promise you, you'll feel the difference. And as always, I'd love to hear your stories. What superfoods are you adding to your meals? How are you feeling after a few weeks of incorporating these nutrient-dense foods into your routine? Join the conversation, share your thoughts, your experiences, and your favorite ways to eat these superfoods. We're in this together, and I can't wait to hear how you're transforming your health one bite at a time. Before we wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you that true health isn't about chasing trends or quick fixes. It's about consistency, nourishing your body with the right tools, and showing up for yourself every day. And these superfoods are some of the best tools you can start using right now. Thank you for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful and you're ready to take your health to the next level, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. I'm excited to continue this journey with you. And remember, you've got this. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you next time.